Hey everybody, this is Geneva of Geneva's Closet Talk Show, and how are you doing today? Happy Friday. I'm right with the day. I got a calendar up, so I'm looking at the day. Wait a minute, that's on January, but I know that it is Friday. Happy Friday to everyone decided to come on today. Look, people, I got on lipstick today. Look at this. Now, when do I wear lipstick? People who know me know I do not wear makeup. I don't wear no makeup because my mom don't wear it. So it's in the jeans, people. It is literally in the jeans. But today I decided to put on lipstick because I seen Essie Berry in one of her videos and her lipstick was popping. So I said, I'm gonna throw some lipstick on today. Try something new. It's Friday. You know what I mean? Happy Friday, everyone. How you doing? How you living? How you living? How you live? How you doing today? I know I said I was gonna come on yesterday. I know this. Don't y'all dare come on here trying to judge me because I had said, but my back was on fire. You know, my back was hurting. So I was like, it ain't happening today, people. It is not happening today. But I'm trying to get my setup and stuff going so we can communicate. And so then I can make sure that you all can actually hear me. You know, that everything is going copacetic right now. It's going perfect. Is it a nice color? Thank you. You know, because I'm not all in, you know, I'm dark skinned. So I'm not all into them fluorescent or extra bright colors, nothing like a fuchsia or, you know, like a bright red. Like, I don't know nothing about that. But hey, Angela. Hey, Katie. Hey, Pretty Brown. How y'all doing today? But anyway, so I wanted to come on to talk about what is going to be happening new in 2018. Make sure you like, share. Wait, make sure you like and subscribe. No, like, share, and subscribe. Whatever. Y'all know what to do. And then hit the notification, the bell. If you ain't already following me, y'all know how I go. Make sure you go on Instagram and Facebook, people, and follow me at Geneva's Closet. Y'all know how I go. Geneva's with an S, Closet with 2 T's. We done been through this before. Then make sure you go check out my websites, T.com and genevascloset.net. But yeah, I wanted to discuss what is going to be happening new in 2018, because that's the thing that I'm most concerned about. And when I'm posting on my Facebook page, you know, like when I'm posting news and stuff on there, because I'm reading articles and looking to see what's going on, I had noticed a few things was going on. But first, before we go there, let's talk about this whole iPhone situation. Did y'all hear about the thing where where Apple came out and they admitted that they had been slowing down the iPhones? And then they came out and Apple apologized for slowing down the iPhones. And then people went and sued Apple, are currently suing Apple for slowing down the iPhones. Now, the thing that bothered me about that is that I am an iPhone user. Now, I've used Android too, but I currently use iPhone, and I've been using the iPhone for a long time. Now, before this particular time, when I got this iPhone that I would say I've probably been having now for almost 2 years, I actually liked iPhone, but this one that I have now, it ain't did nothing but constantly get stuck, glitches. I'm always having a problem with storage. Now, Chad is good with gigabytes and things like that and all of that stuff. I'm not good with that. All I know is that when I take pictures or do videos and put apps, I need everything to work like how I need it to work. Because like I practically run my business off of my phone. Like my phone is everything. So I'm willing to invest in a phone, but not a phone that's going to be doing glitches and cutting off on me. Like I've never had a problem with an iPhone like I've had now. And me and Chad was talking about this earlier, and I said that my opinion, iPhones only got a lifespan of about a year or two anyway. So you need to, and then they cost too much. All cell phones cost too much. But especially these iPhones. But this is what I read, and I read this on Mashable. So I guess this is Mashable.com, and it says that you may have heard that iPhone customers around the U.S. are suing Apple for slowing down their older phones. Class action lawsuits have been filed in at least 3 states: California, Illinois, that's where I'm at, and New York. It says some users believe Apple should have asked them for consent before sending out the phone slowing software. Others contend that Apple attempted to deceive iPhone owners by throttling down their phone's performance, perhaps to encourage them to buy a new one. I was already kind of saying that at first, that it seemed like that they was doing something to the phones. Like, don't y'all believe that? Don't you all believe that they were doing something to the cell phones? The reason why, you know, like sometimes you don't even want to put updates on your phone because you feel like if you update the phone, then next thing all you know, the next thing you know, the phone is having some glitches. So I had already been feeling this certain type of way. So when Apple came out saying this, I was like, It says Apple admitted to slowing down the processing speed of older model phones, SE 6, 6S, and 7, to preserve their batteries and prevent unexpected shutdowns that I was getting already, because I was definitely getting some shutdowns. Like all cell phones, iPhones are powered by lithium batteries, which gradually lose charging capability and performance as they age. Apple says your battery is designed to retain up to 80% of its original capacity at 500 complete charge cycles. I don't even know what that means. All I know is that if I'm spending damn near $1,000, if not $1,000 on the phone, I just want the phone to work, and I would at least, you know, I would prefer to get more than a year or two out of the phone, but I know that that's like the lifespan of a phone. You expect to get, you know, a year or two, because they keep coming out with phones anyway, and then the average person wants the new phone, even though they probably ain't even doing a huge upgrade on the phone. I mean, what? The camera is a little bit better. You know, I don't know. It might have a little better speed. Like, I don't even know, you know, what they done changed on the phone. The reason why everybody be like, oh my God, I got to get this new phone. I got to get this new phone. I think I'm still on the 6S, and I would be fine with the 6S if it would stop having glitches and stuff. And if the storage was where I wanted it to be. But like I said, that's the issue. Let me go on, because I'm still talking about my stuff. It says that this is what Apple said. Apple said that in cold conditions, or when the older phone is drawing a lot of power, the handset could unexpectedly shut down. In short, Apple contends this is an engineering decision. So this is an engineering decision that they made. But let me tell you what the people that's suing. It says in California, 2 individuals from Los Angeles say Apple never requested consent to slow down their phones or choose whether they prefer to have their iPhone slower than normal. So that's their reasons for suing. And then 2 Los Angeles Times reports 2 other lawsuits, including one accusing Apple of fraud through concealment and unfair business practices. So these are all the different things people suing for. And then in an interesting argument, a lawsuit filed in San Francisco contends that the iPhone battery's inability to keep up with the demand proved the batteries were defective. The complaint read, rather than curing the battery defect by providing a free battery replacement for all affected iPhones, Apple sought to mask the battery defect. And then in Illinois, 5 people say Apple software updates were engineered to purposely slow down or throttle down phones. So there's a lawsuit. So they said that if you want to be part of this lawsuit, they said that you don't need to contact Apple or anything. It says owners of older model iPhones don't need to leap up and try and join, you know, the lawsuit. Not that they could. Instead, if a court determines Apple acted in ways that they should not have or broke the law, those eligible for damages or people with affected phones will be contacted and told that they are eligible to be compensated for their damages. For example, a battery replacement. Ain't that about a blimp? Like I said, I had already knew that. I had already knew that it was something going on with these phones. I know. Ain't that right, Pretty Brown? Not surprising at all. Hey, Barbara and Valerie and Timothy and Joyce and Chosen and Coco Excellence. Coco, have I seen you before? I don't know if I ever seen Coco. Give me a minute. Let me think about that. Let me process that. I'm not sure if I have. Let me see what Coco, she said yes, and they mentioned today about giving the battery for $29 and will eventually go back up to $79. I think they should give people their money back or give them a new updated iPhone. We all know that this is all about money. Don't we all know this is all about money? We know majority of this stuff is all about money. I was just talking to Chad about this the other day. And what were we talking about? We were talking about something. Okay, because Chad has the Mercedes. Now I don't drive no Mercedes. I just drive a regular car. I'm cool with just a regular car. But Chad has a Mercedes, and he done had this Mercedes. Don't quote me on this, but we're gonna say probably about 3 years, maybe. Okay. And he told me the other day, he was like, Geneva, I done had this car for 3 years, and in 3 years, I haven't had to get my brakes fixed. And it dawned on me. I'm like, you know what? You sure have. And I heard you say nothing about brakes. I'm like, wow. Now, I know that, you know, these foreign cars is made over in Germany. But you know, I was just kind of shocked by that because I didn't know that you can go that long, that they even had brakes out that lasted that long. Because with average cars, regular cars, you know, like every year, you got to go get the brakes done, you know, the pads, the rotors. You know what I mean? You got to get something fixed as far as some brakes. It's like always an issue with a car. But the fact of the matter that somewhere in the world, they have brakes that last years, but on these particular cars, you just put any old type of brakes on there. You know, so I don't know what that is. They say that if you're going to get a foreign car, because you're getting a foreign car out of the country car, then we will put the better parts on there. But because you're getting these other cars, we'll give you some rinky-dink parts on there, so we know that you'll be coming back and forth, getting stuff fixed, spending all your money every so often throughout the year. Ain't that about a bunch of BS? Like, I had no idea that they even had that type of brakes, car brakes capability. But when I found that out, I'm like, okay, it's all about money. They know exactly what they're doing. So yeah, not surprised about these phones at all. Somebody asked me what was the color of my lipstick. My lipstick, because y'all know I don't wear makeup, but I put it on today. Where did I put the lipstick at? I just had it. Oh, here it go right here. I actually ordered it off of Amazon. Y'all probably don't know this, but I'm a tad bit of an Amazon junkie. I must admit it. I'm an Amazon junkie. But it's called Berry, and it's black opal. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see it? Can you see it? Am I too close? You probably can't even see it. Whatever. Getting close. There we go. That's what it's called. It's number 50, I guess, and it's called Berry, and it's black opal, and I bought it off of Amazon maybe about 2 years ago. And yeah, because I bought 2 colors. Like, I only got 2 color lipsticks, this one and another one. I'm a self-made Apple tech, so those problems right up my alley. Barbara, I don't know nothing. Chad be talking about gigabytes and megabytes and all different type of bytes, all different kinds. And I have no idea, because just today we were talking about a MacBook Pro or MacBook, whatever, and I've never really paid attention to that. I just didn't. But today, you know, because we were talking about editing software, and, you know, I happen to love iMovie editing software, and he mentioned that Mac thing, and I happened to look it up to look up the price. Who, you know, that was, you know, I didn't even know they had laptops that expensive. I didn't even know that I would be spending like in the thousands. If that's just a whole nother story. I was disappointed with my whole life when I found out that it was that expensive. Because I'm not used to spending that much on no dang on laptop. Yeah, no, now I understand it's an investment, but that's just a little ridiculous, people. It's just a little ridiculous. I heard it's good. So I'm not talking about Macking now. I'm just saying I had not known with my life. But the next thing I want to talk about is the minimum wage is increasing. Did we know that is going down in 2018? Minimum wage is increasing. And I was like, what? Let me tell people about this, because I don't even know if people know. It says 18 states will raise minimum wage on January 1st, 2018. So this is what it says. I've highlighted some things. It says this setback comes, this is a setback? I didn't know it was a setback. It says this setback comes as the U.S. minimum wage has remained stagnant over the last decade. The last time the federal minimum wage increase was in July 2009 from $6.55 to $7.25, and that's a shame. That's a shame. However, now Now, 18 states are taking matters into their own hands, raising the minimum wage effective January 1st, 2018. It says, for much of the past 3 decades, the wages of those at the bottom of the wage distribution have failed to keep up with overall economic gains. Most of the wage increase has occurred among the top half of the wage distribution, especially since the 1990s. I found this to be interesting about the restaurants. It said the long-standing argument against raising wages is that it would have an adverse effect and force employers to lay off workers. So if they increase wages, then it will force employers to lay off workers. The other concern is that the impact of wage hikes will trickle down to consumers as well. For example, some restaurant owners say they feel pressure to increase prices if they have to dole out more to workers. Okay. And then it says Mainer. So I don't know if that means Maine, but it says Mainer will see the largest increase with a full dollar increase up to $10 per hour on January 1st, 2018. It says Colorado, Hawaii, New York, Vermont, Rhode Island, Arizona, California, Washington, and Michigan round out the other states that will enact a higher minimum wage as of January 1st. The median increase is 50 cents per hour of work. It says, meanwhile, New Jersey, Ohio, Florida, Alaska, Montana, South Dakota, Minnesota, and Missouri will see a slight bump, a median of 15 cents, thanks to automatic increases to keep pace with price growth. 19 states bumped up their minimum wage in 2017. Many of them are incremental increases with timelines of 3 to 6 years to reach the ultimate goal. It says the state of California and New York and Seattle are on track to reach a $15 minimum wage by 2022. Ain't that something? 15 cents, 50 cents per hour. You know what? And then I had also seen something too that said that they felt like that they didn't want to, what did they say? I don't know, but I had seen something else where they felt like that they didn't want to pay people extra money to be doing the same amount of work. So they felt like that they would be paying people the same amount of money who don't have enough qualifications. And my whole response on that is that I know people, like, let's say, for instance, people that work in a factory. I know people that work in factories. I know people that work in customer service, that work in stores, a Toys R Us, a Costco, or whatever, who know how to run the business better than the supervisors and the managers. Now, I understand that they may be talking about that, maybe with some other businesses, you know, and not to talk about anybody, but maybe they talking about fast food. But what are you talking about? You know, factory workers not getting paid what they should be getting paid way less, ain't no salary, ain't getting none of that, but know how to run the machines and the business better than the supervisors. As a matter of fact, they giving the supervisors tips on how to handle things. How many times have you been in a store? And I know that I've done cash register work before, and I'm doing something with the register, and then you got to call the manager over, and the manager don't even really know what they doing. They don't even fully know. You got to help them out with some stuff. So, you know, we know these huge corporation businesses like to use excuses for why they shouldn't be paying people what people deserve. I mean, the fact of the matter of fact, something said $5 and something. I was like, $5 and something. My very first job, I worked at Goldblatt's. I don't even know if y'all remember Goldblatt's store. I worked at Goldblatt's, and that was back when I was like, what, 16 or something. I was getting paid with $5.50 an hour. That was a long time when I was 16. I think I was 16 in 92, 94. This is 2017. This is 13 years later, and we just a few dollars over everything else done sky high rocketed. I mean, bill prices, cars, rent, the utility bills, gas, food, everything. But they just tad bit, just teeter-totter with these prices. You know what I mean? And then I looked up Illinois just to see, because I don't know what Illinois minimum wage is. It says that our minimum wage is, the minimum wage in Illinois currently stands at $8.25, but it's higher in Chicago, where the minimum wage is currently $11. Now, first of all, I did not even know that. What I did not know is I thought that it stood for the whole state. That's what I thought. So I thought that if the minimum wage increased in Illinois, then it increased in all of Illinois, so that all of Illinois minimum wage will be $11. But not according to this. It says minimum wage in Illinois currently stands at $8.25 an hour, but it's higher in Chicago, where the minimum wage is currently $11 an hour and is set to rise at $13 an hour in 2019. But in January of 2016, it was $8.25, and it's been $8.25 an hour, I guess, ever since January of 2016. And in Indiana, it's $7.25. And the reason why I bring out Indiana is because Indiana is not even that far from Chicago. So $8.25, I don't know. It's just totally messed up. Isn't it? It's very sad. You know what? We are definitely in a system. We are definitely in a system to get us and play us, and we just got to figure out how to work this system. I mean, that's about all we really can do. It's like we're in a bubble, and the bubble is their system with all their messed up rules and laws that they contradict themselves on all the time and ain't even right, and you know what I mean, and just trying to get us and bring us down. But that's what's going on with minimum wage. Well, then that's not it. That's not it, people. What else is going on in 2018? I don't know what cable company you got, but I know that we got here in Illinois, we got Comcast cable. And I feel a certain type of way about Comcast. When I talk about Comcast, I feel a certain type of way because they got the worst customer service in the world, and they don't care. They do not care, and they do price increases all the time. Now, let me just give you this little story about Comcast before I read this little bit that they had to say about the increase with Comcast. So my Comcast bill has always been expensive because I have 4 children. So I'm trying to put cable in the living room and cable in 3 to 4 bedrooms plus internet. So my cable bill has always been probably about, I don't know, 150, 175, less than 200. Tell me how come all of a sudden, it had to been about March of this year, I noticed, me and Chad notices that our cable bill is super expensive. And not only is it super expensive, I'm noticing on my cell phone that I keep getting these things that's popping up telling me that I done went over or something. Now, I've never seen, now, wait a minute. I've seen this before. I've seen this notification before with my cell phone service. Back, like on times that I did not have unlimited, and then I would go over. I remember them little things popping up on my phone letting me know that you're getting close to, you may want to think about, because you're going to go over. But this was with my cable. It said Comcast Xfinity telling me that I had went over. Our cell phone bill, our cable bill was high. Come to find out, we didn't know this until Chad called the cable company, and they telling us it was effective January 2017. I guess nobody had told us that we were being charged for the internet now. So just like how they charge for your cell phone, gigabytes or whatever with the Wi-Fi, that's how they were charging us with the cable. We said, no, bendito, no one told us that. Mira, where was that at in the papers? Was that in a bill? Because we completely did not see that. And ever since then, our cable bill has definitely been over $200. Definitely. We had to get an unlimited internet Wi-Fi, whatever that's called, package. Just, because everybody got cell phones, everybody got laptops, everybody got video games, Xbox, and everything is off of Wi-Fi. But then I read this thing about Comcast, and Comcast mentions that. They kind of mentioned that, this whole internet thing. So let me tell you what Comcast says. It says you will be shocked, not really because they keep raising stuff, but it says you will be shocked to hear that Comcast is jacking up internet prices. It says reports that the price of Comcast standalone 25 megabytes, I guess that's what it is, internet package, the minimum internet speed needed to meet the FCC's definition of broadband is increasing to $75 in some markets, okay? It says the price change only applies to Comcast Performance Internet Service, which is standalone internet package. Different pricing and different price hikes apply to Comcast Xfinity service, which bundles TV, internet, and phone plans if needed. It says you can expect price hikes for standalone broadband to become the new norm. They said expect it to become the new norm. So don't just think that what I just said about that $75, that $10 increase or whatever, don't just think that's it, because they said expect it to be the norm. Thanks to the reality of shrinking cable TV industry. Now here goes the part that I was talking about, people pay attention. It says the $100 a month cable packages have traditionally been where cable companies made their money. And internet has long been the necessary evil that cable companies have to supply. With cord cutting picking up speed faster than anyone imagined, and the lack of competition in the home broadband market, it makes perfect sense that cable companies are going to rely more and more on home internet for profits. Come on, people. Come on. Cable companies know that consumers aren't going to go completely without internet just because of a $10 a month increase. And the companies can blame any price increases on ongoing investment in the network. I don't even got to read nothing else. I had highlighted some other type of stuff, but that means that they've been sitting back watching how invested into the internet and Wi-Fi we are. They see us picking up the phone on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, looking up everything. They see how much we use Wi-Fi. They see us playing our music when we working out, when they see this. And they said, and really, I just think that they just put this in here just to put it in here, that they ain't gonna, give up their Wi-Fi for a $10 increase, because if they say that, they know that we're not going to give up our Wi-Fi for a $25 increase. They know that we ain't finna give up our Wi-Fi for a $40 increase. I just told you that my cable bill done damn near increased over $100, and it didn't make me say, you know what, everybody in the house cut the phones off, cut the laptops. We are done with the laptops. Matter of fact, everybody in the house is going to get a 2-hour minimum on them laptops. We're going to do something about that Wi-Fi for the month. We're going to do something. No. Instead, we called and we said, you know what? How much for the unlimited? Because I got to be on the, because I need my Wi-Fi. I'm trying to watch Netflix. Like I need my Netflix. You hear me? I need, they conditioning us people. We need to be scared. Be very scared. Be very scared. I'm gonna come back to y'all questions and stuff, because I know y'all saying stuff. I know you're saying it, but I'm trying to go through these things so I can let you know what's gonna be popping in 2018. Now, when I seen this, I was like, what? When I seen this, it says 9 states, 9 of them will require passports for domestic flights within the U.S. So we ain't talking about going about the country. We're talking about within the United States. It says that the U.S. will require you to have a passport. So let's figure out why. Where is this coming from? What are they talking about? It says that the 9 states are Kentucky, Maine, Minnesota, Missouri, Montana, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, and Washington. It says each of these states does not currently issue a state ID that lives up to federal ID minimum security requirements, according to the Real ID Act of 2005. And I will say that again. And everything that I'm reading to you, when I get done with this live, I will put the links in either the description or I'll pin it to the comments. So Real ID Act of 2005, you're going to have to look that one up yourself. But it says, according to the Real ID Act of 2005, that means these states have about 3 months to make changes to their state IDs or driver's license so that they meet federal government standards. Otherwise, you'll need to apply for or renew a passport, or at the very least, find yours. Wherever you stashed it after the last trip before passing TSA and getting on a commercial airplane to another U.S. city. It says, as Forbes report, some states are in the process of updating their ID situations before January 22nd so that you might not need a passport to fly. Check your local governments for updates. It also looks like even more states will fall under the TSA flights restricted category by 2020. Moral of the story, and I'm getting this from Esquire.com. It says, moral of the story, it takes 4 to 6 weeks to get a passport. So you need to hurry up and go get one. And again, the states are Kentucky, Maine, Minnesota, Missouri, Montana, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, and Washington. Now, that just sounds a little scary to me. Now, I'm just saying. Now, they saying because of ID reasons, because the states. Now, these are states that has been in existence for a long time, and I'm pretty sure these states, I don't know if they got airports. I'm pretty sure people been traveling with their IDs. It's been fine all this time, but now all of a sudden those IDs aren't good enough. And if you want to go just to another state, you need a passport. So, you know, it sounds scary to me because it's almost like you want to, you know, putting it in a smaller terms, I just want to go next door to visit my friend, but I got the U.S. Marshals outside stopping me, saying, nope, you can't go over there. You know what I mean? So that's almost what it feels like to me. You're just trying to take a basic flight. I'm not trying to go out the country. I'm just going to Florida, just going to New Orleans. You know what I mean? I'm just going to Illinois, just basic stuff. And they're like, no, you need your passport. But I think people need to get a passport anyway. I really think that everyone should get a passport. And they say that it take 4 to 6 weeks. I think when I went there, they told me 6 to 8 weeks, but I got mine in 2 weeks. So that's what's going on in 2018. And I'm pretty sure it's more stuff, but that's what's going down in 2018. So what do you all think of that? What do you all think of that, people? Barbara said, I went to Hawaii with my driver's license in 2015 with no passport. But isn't Hawaii like a state? So then you don't even need I was under the assumption that you didn't need a passport to go to Puerto Rico and Hawaii because they're part of the United States. Yep, Cola said, moving closer to that chip. Absolutely. Absolutely. Chad, what are you doing on here? This man is something else. Pretty Brown said, we'll give you everything for $99 until we can run these extra charges on you. Absolutely. That's exactly how they're doing it. Yes, the system is definitely not for us. Absolutely not. And I don't even like being bothered with it. I really don't. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. But let me say this. My 20, first of all, I'm doing this whole 2018 thing, you know, just because the world, or majority of the world, say that the new year is about to come. But I had did some research, and I can't even tell you where I got the information from. I would have to do research on where I had got my research. But I remember doing research, maybe it probably was over a year or something ago, that said that January did not come into effect until later on in life, that March was actually the first month of the year. And March, we know is spring, and it said that God would have never made the new year to be a time where it's cold outside and the grass is dead and the leaves done fell off the tree and the flowers is dead and the birds and the you know, like I don't hear the birds in the morning, the butterfly. It said that he would have never made the new year to fall in a time where everything is dead. That New Year's is technically in March. March was the first month of the year. Hence, Aries, if you believe in zodiac stuff, hence Aries being the first zodiac sign. Now, when I heard that, it was kind of like, okay, because in a weird sort of way, it was like something what had been sitting right with me as far as that, because I had been walking around like, how is Aries the first zodiac sign, but it's the third month of the year? And, you know, I had mentioned that. It was nothing that I had really went and did some serious research on, but I had mentioned it. No one really gave me any answers that made sense on it until this one day I did that research. And then it said what I said it said. And I was like, okay, now that makes sense. So for the sake of what the world believes, okay, 2018 is coming. Happy New Year's. But really, when March 21st comes, I think it's March 2021st come, that's really when I start saying Happy New Year's. And then, you know, it really is a new time because everything is blossoming. I'm hearing my birds in the morning, and I love to wake up in the morning and have my coffee and hear the birds. It means everything to hear them chirping in the morning. So the fact that they're gone because it's been snowing all day, it don't seem like a new thing going on to me, but whatever. But for the sake of the world, 2017 has been, to me, a very good year. I had a very good year in 2017. It has been, matter of fact, my last few years has been about me, Geneva, really discovering who Geneva is. You know, because like I'm getting older now, like I'm in my late 30s now. So the older I get, the more I'm trying to figure out about myself. So this year, I feel like some great things happened. Like I met Essie. You know, I met you all. You all came this year, just came just a few months ago. And so I'm very appreciative of that. I was noticed by Steve Harvey and his lawyer people. That was huge because I'm just like little bitty old Geneva. So I would have never thought in a million years that anything that I could have said or put on YouTube, Facebook, like I don't care. I would have never thought that anything that I would have said would have bothered a celebrity that much to the point that they would send me some stuff in the mail. Like it's literally hanging up on my wall because that was an award. That might as well have been an award. You know, it could have been a Grammy. I was like, are you serious, bitch? You gonna give me a, go ahead now. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself. I guess that just shows a little bit of journalism work. Is that is in me. Whether I went to school or not is in me. So I learned, and then this whole live thing, I would not be going live as much as I am going live if it wasn't for, because y'all know how I am. Every single thing that happens, I don't give a damn how bad it is. I always take a pause, sit back, look at it, and figure out how that has benefited me or how it may benefit me or why God has allowed that to happen to me. Okay, I don't care how big or small. So when my laptop started acting crazy on the day that I was supposed to interview Mary Harvey, y'all remember that interview I was supposed to have with Mary Harvey and Essie Berry, and then on the day that I was supposed to have it, my laptop started acting crazy. I had to put the laptop in the shop, so I was out of laptop commission for a little bit, which forced me to then use my phone and go live. If it wasn't for that, then everything that I would have done would have been edited and I wouldn't be on here able to communicate with you. So I am very appreciative for that. So I wasn't able to get that Mary Harvey interview, but even that happened for a reason. And I don't know the reason why, but out of that, I became, you know, I'm communicating with my people. And I would much rather be communicating with my people because y'all are here all the time. So that came out of this whole thing. So to me, it's been a very good year, just like last year was. It's all about trying to find yourself each and every year. And I am grateful that I am conscious enough to look at every situation in my life as a learning experience, no matter how bad or good, small or big. So it's been a wonderful year. And I'm definitely looking for, oh, and matter of fact, I traveled this year. I got my passport this year. That's the thing I have been talking about constantly, is that me wanting to travel. I got my passport in March, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, no, in April. And we took our first trip in May, I think it was, and then took another trip in June, and then just went to Vegas. So I'm excited. So I'm very much looking forward to next year. And Jasmine is graduating from high school next year, and I'm gonna be 40. Yeah, no, whatever. I'm still alive, so I gotta be appreciative of that. Because my dad passed away when he was 38 years old. So all the way up until, and when he passed away, I was 20. So 38 just seemed old and, so far away. But as I started hitting my 30s, oh, I used to be so scared, just thinking like, oh my God, am I going to pass away like my dad did, so young? Because then I started realizing that 38 wasn't old at all once I started reaching my 30s. And I'm like, oh my God, am I going to pass away like how my dad did? Because he passed away from a heart attack so young, no one had expected it. It just happened. And I literally sat there for all of my 30s until I hit 38, and then through my 38s until I hit 39, the age I am now, scared the whole time. So I messed up my 30s, the first part of my 30s, being scared, wondering, was I gonna die? You see what I mean? You see what I mean? So every year, I don't give a damn how old I am. Can't nobody say nothing. I will never, ever in the history of my life ever complain about my age. Yes, I am going on 40. Thank God I'm going on 40. And if God allows me to see 40, that means that no one will be able to say that, oh man, she never made it to see 40. She passed away at 39. Nope, I made it at 40. And then when I get to 41, no one will be able to say, yeah, she never lived to make it to 41. She just made it to 40. Nope, I made it to 41. And I hope I make it to 60 and 70s and all the ages that God want me to be here, so I can keep learning. That's what I want to do. People want to keep learning. But yeah, the passport office took my picture. Why they take your picture, Mary? Yes, passports. I think when you go get your passport, you gotta take your birth certificate and your ID. And for me, I had to do two money orders. I had to do one money order in amount in an amount of $115. And that I had to make out to the treasury, woo, woo, woo. I don't know, the people tell you. And then the other one I had to make out for $25, and that was the processing fee to the library, because I called the library and asked them, because I had heard that you can go to the library or go to the post office. I did the library. I called, made an appointment. She told me to go download the forms off of the treasury. I forgot the whatever. And I went and downloaded the forms. I already filled them out. I already knew to go to Walgreens and take the picture. Now, let me tell you about the Walgreens picture, because I did have a bit of an issue when I went to go get my passport. For the people who hasn't gotten one, I just want to let you know this. When I went to Walgreens to take my passport, I assumed, because they are the Walgreens people, and you sitting up there with the photo booth with the thing that specifically say passport, that they knew what they were doing. So I take my passport picture, which I think was like $12 or $15, and so I was prepared. I had both of my money orders, one for $115, one for $25. I had my birth certificate, my ID. I had filled out the forms. I didn't sign it and date it, because she said don't sign it and date it, because we want to notarize that or check that here. So I thought I had everything done. Then get there and find out that the people that took the passport picture did not take it correctly. That when the picture was too small. So like the squares like this, the picture has to fill up, your face has to fill up the complete width of the picture, and they had like my picture like in the middle of it. So I had to go back to Walgreens, retake the picture again. So I'm just letting you know that is the process. It was $145, 15, 25, something. I don't know. I think it was 140, 145, something like that. I think it was 115. But yeah, and like I said, for me, it took 2 weeks. And you can't get it rushed. I know it's like a little extra fee. I don't know what it is, $50, $60. Take a few extra days to get it rushed, but It took me 2 weeks, just 2 weeks. But they say 4 to 6. When I was there, she told me 6 to 8. Because she said that it was taking a little bit longer, or that she heard that it may take a little longer. But yeah. Yes, it would have been better and don't look like we've been through. Yes, you ain't never lied, Katie. That what did Chad say? Chad said, and it speaks words against the Most High, and it wears out the set apart ones of the Most High, and it intends to change appointed times and laws, and they are given into its hands for a time and time. Chad. Oh, and he said that's Daniel 7:25. You were supposed to be on here, but now you decide to make comments on the thing. This man is something else. This man is definitely something else. But let me, oh my God, it's a lot of y'all on here commenting. I didn't even realize there was so many people commenting. Didn't know all of these people were commenting. But yeah, people, that's what I came on here for. Just wanted to tell you what was going down in 2018 that we need to be prepared for. Be prepared, people. And did y'all hear right quick that thing with Dr. Phil allegedly that some of his guests is saying that his people were telling them that they should do some drugs. They should take them a little extra drink before you go on the show. I guess it was people that was, because he deal with a lot of addicts, and that there was addicts coming on the show or whatever. And I guess they were going through withdrawals. And then they would go to the producers of the show and be like, do you know where I can get some stuff? And the producers allegedly would tell them, yeah, you can go on Skid Row to get you some heroin. One guy said allegedly that the producers gave him a drink before the show, and then they gave him a Valium or a Vicodin or something to calm his nerves down, allegedly. And there's a few people on there saying that Dr. Phil is produces the show in general was having people do drugs and drinking stuff for the show. So I don't know. I'm just telling you allegedly. I was gonna print that out too, but that was too many papers. I ain't trying to waste all my ink on Dr. Phil. No, not all my ink on Dr. Phil, but I hope that you all, if you're going out, make sure you go out and have fun, do the right thing. Don't be getting too drunk, ladies falling all around, because I only drink pina colada. I'm not going nowhere. I never really went out for New Year's anyway, before I started my life change. I never really, I always said that I wanted to, and then the time come, and then I don't know, it was something. My money wasn't right, babysitter. It was always something. So it's no huge thing to me. Me and because Maya not here, so maybe me and Jasmine to watch movies or something. Jaden, Jaden don't care nothing about no New Year's. He don't even know New Year's is coming. He can care less. As long as he got his video game, he can care less. That's why right after the New Year's, to the karate man, Jaden taking himself to karate. That's what he gonna do. He think he gonna sit here and play video games all day. Not in this house. Not in this life. He's not. But anyway, because I'm end up going off to something else. Y'all know how I am. You all know exactly how I am. Oh, did I say hey to Denise? And I think I said Angela already. I'm just trying to make sure I say everybody's name. Mammy. I don't know if I seen Mammy. Miss Mammy Evans and Midnight Black. I don't know. I don't know if I seen Midnight Black. Thank y'all for coming along, everyone, for joining Geneva of Geneva's Closet. And again, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the video. Make sure you go check me out on Facebook and Instagram at Geneva's Closet. And yeah, I just wanted to come on here and say hey to y'all right quick. And say to make sure that you all be safe. And have a fabulous Friday, people. Bye.